Hey everyone, Token Dave over here, the dorky talking black guy that's just trying to get by. And welcome to another edition of Street Fighter Flashbacks. In celebration of the 30-year anniversary, I am going to share my memories of playing the arcade games at that moment in time, and as well give some review of other Street Fighter related media. And before I go any further, I must remind everybody that for the rest of my reviews, I am using the original Japanese names of the characters. Unless I am reviewing something that's of an Americanized adaptation, all the names that I will be using are the original Japanese character names. So I just want to get that out the way right here, alright? So let's go into the icon, the worldwide phenomenon, the game that made the franchise legendary. Street Fighter II World Warrior. Damn. For those that were not alive or actually were not really around to see how big Street Fighter II was in the arcades, wow, my words will not express what a shift in the rotation of the world of not just video games, but in pop culture and in, like, you know, relations with kids and adults that Street Fighter made. Holy crap. Street Fighter 2. Well, Street Fighter 2 actually came out at a terrible time for me because, you know, I was sent to live in a residential treatment facility and everything, well, campus, in the suburbs of New York City, and I would end up seeing psychiatrists and psychologists, but as well, I actually also saw my mother's psychologist. My mother's psychologist recommended that I not play video games for a whole year. Boy, did that suck, you know? So, like, anytime I would ask to go to the arcades or ask for, like, you know, a new game for my Nintendo, nope, because I was not to play video games for a year. And guess what game just came out in the arcades? Oh, that suck. So I'm seeing everyone talking about, like, you know, the flash kick. Well, they called it the flash kick, but they was like, oh, the flip kick, the flip kick that the military guy does, or the lightning kick, or the you kick, or the das lucky sampu. I'm hearing everyone talk about this, and I don't know what the fuck anyone's really talking about. But despite being unliked by a lot of people, there were some kids that were like, you know what, we don't really like Sean. Sean's like a bit of a dork, or Sean's a geek and everything. He was like, this little ashy geek is always around annoying the crap out of us. But damn, not even he shouldn't even be kept out of the loop of this. So at times where some of the kids that I was around when we were at an arcade, they weren't narc on me if I was playing Street Fighter 2. And guys, thank you for that. Whew, and everything. So I got into the whole craze kind of late, but I saw everybody talking about it. And, you know, and Street Fighter 2, even though it came out at a bad time, it also helped validate me because, like, I was one of the few people that actually played the arcade of the original Street Fighter game, and people would be like, yo, man, how come we never heard of Street Fighter? Or how come we never heard of Street Fighter? We just got Street Fighter 2. And I would tell people, no, Street Fighter 2 came out. I mean, Street Fighter came out. The game, arcade game, did come out. You know, it was just butt hard to find and everything. And so, like, you know, and I told people, it was, you know, you saw the Hadouken, it looked very different. And I would tell people, it sounded like the guy they were saying, fight fire, fight fire. And what's even funnier is, like, when you hear some of the adults try to, like, heard the moves, when they heard the, like, you know, the Spucky Boo-Kyaku, or yeah, or spinning by kick, people, they were like, are they cursing? Are they saying curses or anything? So, yeah, it was like, Yeah, adults are trying to understand what the characters were saying and everything. And by the way, speaking about the characters, unlike the original Street Fighter game where, you were only able to pick Ryu or Ken, right? Here, you were able to choose an additional 6 characters and everything. You're able to pick Guile, the Americanized military fighter and everything. You're able to pick Chun-Li, the first female in a fighting game who we've realized is actually an Interpol cop and everything, who has the lightning kick and the spinning bird kick. You have Edmund Honda, or E Honda, the sumo wrestler that has the 100 hand slap and the flying headbutt. And we also have Blanca, the first, wild beast of a video game and everything that does, the beast roll and well as the electrical move. We also have Zangief, whom is, the Russian wrestling powerhouse, whose moveset pretty much resembles another video game character's moveset, which I'll get into when I talk about Street Fighter Alpha. And finally, Dhalsim, the yoga master that is, able to shoot out fire and everything based from eating too much spicy food. This was canon at the time, by the way, guys, So, those are the characters, and, I loved a lot of them, Now, me being so obsessed and fascinated with karate, and playing the original game, I initially gravitated towards Ryu and Ken. But if you remember in the Street Fighter Flashback, I only mentioned the Hadouken and the Daspaki Senbukyaku. I did not mention the Shoryuken. And that was the reason why is because in those 10 months that I saw the Street Fighter arcade game, I never once saw anyone pull off the Shoryuken move. But when I saw it in Street Fighter 2, that instantaneously became my favorite move. Even when I was in training in martial arts at a time, I would still try to do the Dragon Punch, the Shoryuken, which basically was an uppercut mixed with a rising knee, and everything. But all of us tried to use that move to some degree, and basically, it's still my favorite fighting game move. Well, no, it's not my favorite fighting game move, but it's one of my favorite fighting game moves. It's definitely my favorite fighting game move in the Street Fighter franchise. So, while in the arcades, I became slow to playing it. When I finally got a Super Nintendo the next year, I played the hell out of Street Fighter 2, and not only did I play the hell out of Street Fighter 2, but almost every adult in my family ended up playing Street Fighter 2. My mom, my dad, my aunts, my uncles, and my aunt's husband. The only person that I know that didn't play Street Fighter once was my grandmother. But everybody tried to play the game. And it was a huge phenomenon that, I cannot go into detail enough with. But I must stop right here because, there's more to cover with Street Fighter 2. So, if you liked my memory of Street Fighter 2 World Warrior, drop me a comment, give me a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know when a new video loads. But until then, this has been Token Dave, the Turkey Token Block guy who's just trying to get by, and I'll catch you guys later.